My sexuality is wrong. I am attracted to men. I am attracted to penises. Apparently this is a triggering topic for a lot of people. The number one question that I have gotten as a result of my previous video that I made, and if you haven't seen it, go check it out. The number one question that I've gotten as a response, I think are coming from people who aren't aware of the positions that I have held throughout my history on this channel. They want to know why I feel the need to make a video declaring that I don't feel I would probably be attracted to or interested in sleeping with someone who is transgender, who presents as a male because I'm attracted to men, so a transgender man. I might have an issue there if there is also a vagina present. I've actually, to be totally clear, I have made a video before where I said I don't know if I would be interested in that because I haven't actually been in a situation where that has been an option for me. And they asked me if I would ever date a transgender man. And I thought about it for a second, and my answer was I don't know. I don't know because I have never been in a situation where I have been physically attracted to a person who was presenting as a man and then later finding out that they have differing genitalia than what I was expecting. I've never been in that situation. I don't think that I would want to have sex with someone that had a vagina, but I don't know. But the thing is for the purposes of this video, I don't think that my question mark of an answer should be what is the standard for everyone. But I continue to talk about this issue regardless of my question mark of an answer because I feel like if someone knew they were not attracted to a transgender person, regardless of having had the opportunity to pursue that there should be no judgment upon that person and that they should face absolutely no consequences of being labeled as a transphobe or any kind of bigot for their sexual choices. But the number one question I get is, why do I feel the need to broadcast that to the internet? Why do I need to tell people that I most likely would not be interested in someone who is transgender? The reason I feel the need to say this is because I keep seeing other people post videos about how it is wrong to hold that opinion, how it is wrong to not be open or interested in someone who might be transgender. These feelings aren't just coming out of nowhere. It's not like I woke up one day and decided to turn on my camera and be like, hey, I probably wouldn't want to date a transgender person for no reason out of the blue. This is a reaction to what I'm seeing on the internet, this new culture of people that feel like it's some kind of injustice to another person if you are not sexually attracted to them. And I don't want to continue to harp on this because I feel like I've covered it in many previous videos that I've made. But if you have taken one quick look at the history of my channel, I have made so many videos in favor of LGBT rights. Videos promoting the legalization of gay marriage years before it passed. I've made several videos in favor of transgender rights. And why? Why do I make any of those videos? I'm not transgender, I'm not gay, I have nothing to do with any of that, but I continue to make videos on those topics because I'm reacting to something that I see that I view as an intolerant belief that people hold. My stance on that hasn't changed. If someone thinks they have something to say about what somebody else does in the privacy of their bedroom, I have an issue with it. If it's some Republican politician saying that two gay people shouldn't be allowed to get married and that them having sex is some kind of abomination because of some bullshit they read in the Bible, I'm gonna make a video calling it out. But at the same time, unfortunately, there is an ever-growing group of people who feel like they have the right to look at someone who is straight or look at someone who is cisgendered and say, if you are not open to the idea of dating someone who is transgender, then you have some kind of bigotry or some kind of bias that you might have been raised with. You might not even be aware of the bias that you have, but there is in fact something wrong with you and you are doing something that is hurtful to other people because of what you want to do in the privacy of your own bedroom. Again, holding true to the position that I have stood for since the beginning of my YouTube channel, if anyone wants to comment on what someone else does in the privacy of their own home where it's absolutely none of their own business, I'm gonna have an issue with it. That is why I'm making these videos. It is not some random spur-of-the-moment idea where I feel the need to broadcast to the internet, hey, not interested in this type of person. It's because it's a reaction to so many people telling me that I have a problem for being who I am. And this is where it ties back into that whole is sexuality a choice thing. The staple of the LGBT movement is that this type of thing is not a choice. It's not your choice who you're attracted to, so why in the name of hell are people telling me that I should have some kind of choice in whether or not I'm interested in a penis or a vagina or a man or a woman? The fact that an action is discriminatory does not automatically make a person a bigot. We're all raised with ingrained prejudices. So this is Riley's response to me saying that she's calling me a bigot. She's saying, no, I'm not calling you a bigot, but you know, we're all raised with ingrained prejudices, which is still implying that I have some kind of problem, that something in society, that the way that I was raised has influenced me to be this way, and that maybe that thing could be changed if I unlearn these ingrained prejudices that have come from society. She's still not seeing how, in a sense, she is saying that sexuality is a choice. And she'll go back and forth saying, no, dating preferences is not the same thing as sexuality, but we are literally discussing the genitals that someone has. I don't know how much closer you can get to sexuality than the actual things you use to have physical sex with someone. Saying that I don't prefer vaginas is very specifically talking about my sexuality. And the most frustrating thing about all of this is that people love the outrage. If you can't present a good argument to someone, if you have run out of points to make, the next thing you do, the next easiest and most effective step you can take is to appeal to emotion. And this is exactly what's being done. The appeal to emotion has been sent out. People are outraged. The internet loves an outrage. They love to be mad at something. They feel like they're fighting for a cause. And without looking into the situation any further, they label me as a transphobe, as somebody who has I can't even understand this. I legitimately cannot. I have done so much on my channel to be an advocate and to try to help the LGBT community, and to get this kind of backlash for something that in my head is so ridiculous is insane. This is the kind of response that I'm getting. Ariel and Jaclyn are revolting transphobic bullies. Delete your channels, you gross, nasty trash bags. I'm really trying to reform myself into a peaceful, love and light person, but I hope Jaclyn and Ariel never find happiness laughing my ass off. Ariel and Jaclyn don't have the right to speak in the behalf of bisexual people since Ariel is gay and Jaclyn is straight. Then explain to me why in the hell all these other people have the right to speak on behalf of someone who is straight or someone who is cis if they're not. It's not okay for me to talk about an issue where people are literally pointing at me saying I'm closed-minded for not being open to dating a certain type of person that I'm not interested in. I'm not allowed to respond to that. But everyone else out there for some reason has free reign to tell me who I should and shouldn't be sexually interested in. This is a topic I cannot agree with you on. You're normally pretty open-minded about things, so I don't get why you're so focused on genitalia when it comes to your attraction to someone. Not to mention the fact that your attitude implies that trans men and trans women aren't real men and women. Where do I start with this? Okay, first of all, trans men are real men, trans women are real women. If you watch any video of mine on topics like this, you would know that I absolutely feel this way and have fought for the equality and equal treatment and equal rights for trans men and for trans women. And then having someone like this saying that I'm normally pretty open-minded, so I don't get why you're focused on genitalia? It's almost like they're calling me a shallow person for this, but it's a pretty fundamental part of my sexual attraction to someone, as it is for a lot of people. And this again gets back into my issue with someone telling somebody else what they should or should not want in the bedroom. It is absolutely none of your damn business. Stop judging people for what they're attracted to and what they want to have sex with. This is the most intimate thing that you can do with your body with another person, is to have sex with them. It's also one of the most private and personal things, so I would really rather not have people tell me what I should or shouldn't like and then judge me for what my personal choices are. If I met someone that I'm really attracted to, that I really click with intellectually and emotionally, I'm not gonna let some difference in genitalia put me off. Do you not understand the difference between a friend and a romantic partner? Do you know how many people out there that I have clicked with intellectually and emotionally but had no sexual attraction to? A lot of them. I call them my friends. For me, my attraction to someone is so far above and beyond what they have between their legs. I can't even imagine that being a factor. This is so ridiculous. Do you not hear yourself? You're talking about your personal preferences. You can't see beyond what you think and understand that some other people might think and feel differently than you. This is the basis for homophobia. You have this straight person and they look at a gay couple and they just can't understand how that works. Why is a guy attracted to another guy? Why is a girl attracted to another girl? I can't understand it, therefore it must be wrong. Just because you can't understand why I don't have attraction to different types of genitalia doesn't mean that I'm wrong for only being attracted to penises. It's the least important thing to me, and I honestly cannot relate to how you can make it so important of a factor. It boggles my mind that you can be that closed-minded on this topic. So my sexuality is different than yours, and you can't understand me, therefore I'm closed-minded. Therefore there's something wrong with me that needs to be changed. Do you understand the theme here? This is why I make videos on topics like this, because you have, God, it's so frustrating, because you have this movement, you have the LGBT movement that is still so important and vital today, but people take it too far. You know, I don't even know where I fit in this world anymore. It's so confusing and frustrating for me, because even on topics like feminism, right? I'm all for women's rights, but I don't feel comfortable calling myself a feminist because so many people have taken it too far and they've ruined the entire name of feminism because they're extreme and radical and ridiculous. And then we have things like, you know, even political parties. Like, I like to normally call myself liberal, but then you have people who just are too PC and they take it too far, and it pushes me further to the center, and it's so confusing because it seems like it should be so clear, but people take it too far and they ruin it. And the same damn thing is happening in the LGBT community. I have never once said that trans people do not deserve equal rights. I have often fought for their rights and gotten so much shit as a result of it. All you are doing by saying shit like this is alienating people that could be there to help you. And as much as you want to say that somebody who is straight or somebody that is cis shouldn't be talking about stuff, that's bullshit, okay? There needs to be a majority of people in favor of a certain idea for, politically at least, that idea to take enough momentum to make real change. At the end of the day, whether or not you want to admit it, you need allies, and all you are doing is alienating people and pushing people further away from that. I feel like by standing against people who are radical like this, who have these extreme ideas, who kind of ruin the name of the movement for everyone, I feel like by standing against those people, I am doing more of a service for people who are transgender than they are. And you can sit there and you can call me a bigot, and you can call me a transphobe, and you can label me as many different horrible things as you want, and you can outrage people, and you can appeal to their emotion all day. I don't give a shit. I am so tired of this whole thing being ruined. I'm tired of nothing that I ever say being understood, things being picked apart, people focusing on what they want to focus on just so they can act like I have a problem, just so they can get people enraged and on their side, because isn't it fun to fight on the internet? I hope you realize what you're doing. I hope you realize that you are hurting your cause far more than you're helping it. I am not closed-minded, and there is nothing wrong with me for being interested in someone who presents as a man and someone who has a dick. I have no biases that I have learned that have warped my mind in some way to make me this way. Honestly, if you think about it, the only thing that might have warped my brain to think like this is evolution. Of course, there is nothing wrong with people who stray from this, but there is a reason why the majority of people are the way that they are. The majority of people are cis, the majority of people are straight, and just because I am those things does not mean that there's something wrong with me, and it certainly doesn't mean that I can't be a damn good ally to people who I might be different than. I don't want to tell anybody what they should like or what they should do in the bedroom. All I'm asking is that no one tells me to do the same, and that's why I make videos like this. It's not random, it's not unprompted, and I think it's pretty important. So like me if you like me, hate me if you hate me. I just had to get that off my chest and say what I needed to say. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. All my social media links are in the description below. I'm sure I'll get a lot of shit for this, but at this point, I give up. I'm just gonna say what's on my mind and walk away. That's all I can do. This is my channel, these are my opinions, and that's it. I'm out.